Welcome to episode number 6 of Digilize Agency. Great weather today. We're back in the usual spot, not online anymore.
Way better.
Much better. The weather's great, I already said. So
It's actually not that great. In the morning it was nice and sunny, but now
it ain't raining.
that's true.
Weather's
So it's
great.
good weather.
Yes,
Yeah, you're right.
we're not complaining.
Who
Guys,
got the first topic?
huge news, right?
Which ones are
Anthropic.
you so much?
No, but I mean, come on.
The biggest one is definitely, it's
we
Mythos,
already talked about it 2 weeks ago.
for sure.
So make sure to always subscribe because we talked about it 2 weeks ago before the headline took over the news. But Anthropic finally released their rumored model, Mythos. Indeed.
After it got leaked again. But, well, that's a different story.
Yeah, and releasing is maybe a bit big.
But they released the news.
Yeah.
They confirmed the news. So basically, maybe one of you want to catch the listeners up to speed of what Mythos is and
Feel free to start
what
on
we're
the
dealing
technical
with
stuff.
here.
So basically, Anthropic didn't actually release it, but trained a new model on, I think it was the biggest training run yet.
Yeah, the
That's why
longest
they
as well.
also got so surprised that the model did such a big jump in accuracy and quality of output. But now it's basically one of the best models out there, and the model is so
At
good.
least they say.
They say, exactly. Good point. But it is so good that it can chain together multiple vulnerabilities in order to create a new 0-day or a new cybersecurity league, I would say. And that is basically all the hype. So, but good news, the public doesn't have access to it. Yet, true.
Just wanted to say.
So they right now they only have it in preview mode basically,
It's
or
40
with
companies.
exactly with
40
a
companies like JP Morgan and
with
all
a
the
Project
big AI
Glasswing.
companies.
Yes,
Glasswing,
Glasswing,
it's called. Yeah.
But we have to mention, I guess, that they at least want to use it to kind of patch all of the vulnerabilities that the model can find before. Of course, they want to make bank of that as well. That's not a real secret. That's why OpenAI also does the same now, at least tries to not rush into FOMO.
But there are a lot of things happening right now because on the paper it's all nice and good, and the Mythos model is super nice in their benchmarks and whatnot.
Yeah.
But if you read through the paper, they threw 20K on credits basically on that model, and security research.
How many parallel agent runs?
Crazy
It was like 20,
how many. Yeah,
I don't know.
But the fun
Way
part
too many.
is security researchers basically reproduce the same output. So basically, a normal model found the same security vulnerability like the normal
after
one.
it was found, though, no?
No, or yeah, but they basically
Like they
reproduce.
knew what they're searching for, at least.
No, exactly not. They did an experiment that they try to see if they can actually also use normal models that are accessible to the public in order to get those vulnerabilities. And they threw also, I think, 20K on it for credits, so just 20K on API credits, which is crazy much. But they got it with normal. I think they used Codex and the new GPT 5.1 model. So not even Anthropic, but they found the same. I think on 4 or 5 different bugs that only Mythos found, they could reproduce the exact same output with a normal model.
Crazy.
So, yeah.
I saw some numbers of how much the Mythos training run consumed in a dollar value of electricity, of what the costs were. Guess.
Only electricity or
The whole training.
Yeah, but do we also calculate how much of the GPUs that training run killed?
Nah, I guess it's
Well,
mainly,
I didn't come up with the
electricity.
numbers, so I cannot tell you, but guess.
Good question.
Wow. I could be completely wrong now, but I say 350 million. 350 million.
350 million, yeah.
What'd you say, yeah? I thought it's way less. Let's give it like
It
a
is
300
probably,
million
but-
then, if you said like yeah?
Yeah, one more try.
Yeah, is it way higher? Is it way lower?
Yeah,
Like,
come on. If I ask like this,
Yeah, it
Okay,
cannot.
what
let's-
can it's probably not lower, right?
Let's say 600.
Yeah.
More.
That's crazy.
Okay, then I will shoot for 800. I'm not going on the.
So yeah,
trillion.
there's a
Probably more than a
reason
billion
why it is the most dangerous model, so to speak, and why it's so intelligent. But the number that I saw from Reuters, and it was just an estimate, was 10 billion
Okay.
US dollars just on the training run.
Well, okay.
The longest ever
Ouch.
recorded training run.
Yeah, that is also the reason why
Explains
they.
a lot, though. Like,
The 1
explain-
trillion.
Yeah.
There was always that little, or not bottleneck, but always that star in the horizon.
1 trillion
Yeah.
parameters. You mean.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Yeah.
labs wanted to train a model that big because
But-
it costs that much money. But
mean-
that much?
I mean, the second they had the results, worth every buck.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it
that is the
found
problem.
bugs. It found bugs in. We're not talking about small SMEs systems, but like gigantic multinational corporates.
Yeah, forget about the
Yeah.
corporation.
And not- I mean-
think about operating system. They found a bug in whole Linux.
Yes, and the problem is it not only finds one bug. That's one thing about it, but the problem is it is able to find so many. And then one doesn't get you far, or multiple doesn't get you far if you
Chains it
cannot.
together.
Yes, you cannot connect the dots. But what the model is so good at is finding those, and then building the web between them and see, okay, how can I use this exploit to get this and this and this,
Yeah,
and then
makes
kind of
sense.
like consumes it all.
Super fun.
Super
scary,
fun, but
also
super
fun.
scary as well. Yes.
But to be honest, it's also a bit of, I don't know, Anthropic seems to have done that quite a bit in the past to kind of scare people into, and then, we're selling the solution, by the way, only to those 40 companies that pay the most, but I mean, they have to get those 10 billion back in back in their books somehow.
Do you know if the big corporations are paying to be in the Glasswing project?
I would very much
Because I
believe
read
so.
somewhere that Anthropic wants to subsidize them to
Yeah,
give them
yeah.
basically, I
Heard that as
think,
well.
a shit ton of credits in order
And then to
allocating,
lure
yeah.
them kind of in the long run, I guess. no?
Yeah, I think not
There has to
lure
be
them
money in
in,
the
but
way.
probably for more data.
But yeah,
If the big
they
could
are
also be,
giving some compute of their resources, allocating it to the project.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
guessing there is
yeah.
some value for them as well, 100%. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Data.
if it's not money, then it's data. It's the new money, so it's the same shit, I guess.
for sure, but very exciting news, I have to say, and also, of course,
Yes.
also very interesting timing of Anthropic. Every time they release a new model, they have like these groundbreaking papers, which kind of have like a huge frenzy around them. Could also be a great marketing move.
Yeah, I just want to say
No,
That's what
they-
I'm saying. They
they're-
kind of scare people into,
No, I would say they're actually good in both. They're really good
Yeah.
in training LLMs and building those systems, the architectures, whatnot,
yeah.
and in marketing. Because they know what they're doing nowadays.
So the
and
marketing is also really nice.
yeah, super awesome. Also with those ads against the ads of OpenAI and all of that stuff. So they're more going into that edgy direction and bothering other companies, I would almost say, and basically, take that as their marketing, which is also
fair enough,
super fun.
Fair enough.
But we already see some of the, like OpenAI, I think you shared this morning, with OpenAI jumping on the train and also releasing
Cyber model, yeah.
the
Yeah, yeah.
GPT 5.4.
I don't
was
know
it?
if it's 5.4,
I
like
think-
a 5.6 or something. I just read cyber behind, and they're definitely trying to tap into the same thing. But
I think it's a 5.4
do you guys
architecture.
actually
Yeah.
think that it's like a
5.4.
competitive model, or did they like quickly train like a specialized version that
I mean-
should be able to
I mean, that is the question.
They didn't really
but-
have the time to. Or
Yeah,
they
but
knew it in advance.
I think the thing is with those LLMs, especially if they have now such a big training run, those training runs, they take time. That is
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't have
most
the
of the
time
times
to
a month
do it.
or longer, depending on how many parameters you want and how many data or how much data you want to put in. But they are always planning ahead, and I believe that there was already a project in OpenAI that was some kind of cyber related thing, and they just now pushed it further because you cannot
Died.
not do any cyber.
Yeah, I mean,
LLM
I
as a thingy nowadays.
remember after the Code Red email from
yeah.
Sam, I remember they also pivoting towards, not pivoting is maybe a bit too much, but I remember
would say
them.
pivot.
Yeah,
I would
going
even say
for-
scramble. Like
yeah, probably.
what I see in OpenAI right now is that they're trying to find like a path. You know, like how can we get out of this money kind of hole that they dug themselves in?
Yeah.
Like they promised Nvidia 500 billion or whatever. They promised this and that and this and that, and they took so much.
And
On
slowly,
themselves.
every now and then, you hear the news where it's like, oh, this and this data center is not being built anymore.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Paused.
Project Stargate.
Paused.
It was a big thing. I think nothing
Crazy,
happened.
right? Nothing.
nothing.
But they also didn't communicate, or at least I
No,
didn't. I
yeah, they're
didn't
trying
see.
to-
Yeah, I mean, that's
Keep
pretty
it
much on
low-key.
purpose.
Yeah, of course, but
I mean, it was
not
I
a
watched
big
the video
media
and it
or
was
whatever.
Like, it was Sam Altman's like kind of only way of getting out of the debt
video?
hole. To kind of build that. What was it? I don't even
Gigawatt.
know, gigawatt factory or something. Like, not factory, data center. But no, it didn't happen. They tried to get SoftBank in and stuff and whatever, and
I think they already had the deal with the
they
SoftBank,
did.
but
I don't know what happened, to be honest.
I guess,
Yeah, but I
guess
think-
it's too much time with connecting into the grid, or not?
Could be.
Isn't that one of
But
the
I
biggest
think the whole
problems?
thing,
this
like
one.
when they said, okay, a deal, then they also kind of step all back from that statement and said, okay,
Could
that
be like a marketing thing.
the deal, yes,
For
but
now,
we never said, okay, it's not like one bank transfer, it's like a
And was also for
collaboration
Trump,
throughout
like
years.
a pro, I would say.
For sure.
Yeah.
But as such, Stargate a pretty good initiative, in my opinion. I
was
would
a good
love
idea.
to see something like that in Europe.
Ah, please.
And maybe more than 2 billion. I know 2 billion sounds a lot, and it is a lot. But looking at AI, it's time to get some more money involved,
Yeah,
in my
the-
humble opinion.
Those AI companies destroy the relation to money for me, or not? I mean, if
kind
you
Yeah, I mean, not for me privately,
yeah,
but
no, but
uh,
if you talk about all of the bubble, I would call
it's
it now.
crazy.
100%.
Earlier, I read a new post from a really nice company, a seed round about I think 20 million or something, and I thought, oh, only that little? Because normally AI company above 200 million or at least
but
100
think about
million.
what you can do with 20 million.
Yeah, it's
Of
crazy.
course, in AI you need to buy stuff, but still with 20 million you can do
With
a
20
lot.
million, you can.
You can do a lot,
I would buy the
If you use
biggest
it
data
efficiently.
container from Tiny Corp.
for example.
No.
And it would be
5 of them.
small, yeah. No, it's interesting, but I think let's move on.
I have one more news that I saw this morning,
Please go.
or even not this morning, but a couple hours ago.
Oh,
You guys know the shoe brand Allbirds? I think.
Oh,
Do you know? Do you
I
know?
heard about it. But
I read it.
It's like a very
10
basic
minutes
shoe.
ago.
Yeah, it's a very
It's ready.
basic shoe, but
so how do
they
you connect our shoes with tech?
Yeah, wait.
the pivot of the century. Let's put it that way. The pivot
Don't
of the
tell me they go into
century.
AI now.
They are. They're leaving everything behind. Allbirds says
Do they
it's
make like
moving
high quality
away.
shoes?
Huh?
Do they make like high quality shoes?
No, it's more. I think like a basic
okay.
variant. It's more popular in the US,
Interesting.
but
Yeah.
they're moving away from footwear and towards GPU as a service and AI native cloud infrastructure.
Okay.
And
that is the pivot of the century.
there's
gotta
like a
say.
new brand called New Bird AI brand.
New Bird, they
Yeah.
called it.
New Bird AI.
And I think their
Guess?
stock did a 12% jump or something.
No, more.
More?
I-
It's crazy. Just
Right, let
because
me-
AI, seed
Put
round,
AI in the
GPU.
name and
Yeah,
better than
but-
shoes.
But it's another hyperscaler, and they all have the same problems with the GPUs.
Mm.
You cannot hold a GPU for AI usage for 6 years. It's done. After 4, especially if you run good training runs.
Yeah, 12% was a good estimate.
What was it?
Wait, let me. So today, guess.
Guess again.
Guess.
How much was the jump?
Well, guess.
Wait.
In percentage.
Wait. First of all, I want to know their seed round. How much money did they raise again?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't think they raised anything.
They
I
didn't?
mean, if you
No.
say it like that, let's give it like a
They need
20,
to.
25.
No, I still will stay with 15.
So they did the pivot of the century, and it's 25%.
I don't even know. I mean,
It's AI, bro.
how bad was it before? Like,
No,
how,
is
you know?
Come on,
Hey,
number.
let's give it like if you say it like that, let's give it like a 50%.
35.
That's more.
Nah, it's
Okay,
more.
I will
Look at
start
his
at the
face.
back. Okay,
Go on.
0, 0, 600%.
Nah, in one day.
In one day. It's right here.
I mean, it
And
was
it's
like
still going up.
$17.
Yeah,
it's
let's
like-
short that shit.
To be honest, it was nearly a penny stock, so I guess
Let's
now it
short
isn't
that
anymore.
shit.
I mean, it was a penny stock for sure. It went up 607% until now.
So whoever's listening and didn't invest in them, we all missed out.
Well, but nobody could have known.
Life is life.
Life is life.
Well, that's actually interesting. Pivot of the century.
Good,
No, but
good name for the episode, actually.
Yeah.
Pivot of the century.
Pivot of the century. Yes, we also decided that we want to try to always find the name within the episodes. So this is going to be a tradition from now on.
So now it's pivot of the century. Okay.
Pivot
Until
of the
now.
century from shoes to AI.
Damn.
Well,
Philosopher.
sometimes my brain still works. Huh?
Crazy.
Yeah.
So, my topic.
Got something?
It's not
Go
a big
ahead.
one, actually. It's a quick one.
Yeah.
It's just because you mentioned the EU. The AI Act is actually now, I mean, we all heard about it. I don't have to introduce the AI Act, right? No.
The EU AI Act?
Yeah. It's basically now getting
Lowered?
like real, like enforced in a way. Like basically in 6 months, everything, all the AI systems that are connected to healthcare, to legal, to employment, everything that is privacy-wise relevant, is being enforced in 6 months. And it starts today, but in 6 months is the deadline. And the fines are actually can be painful. It's it's around 35 million if you
As a
make a
big
mistake.
company, yeah.
No. 35 million or 7% of your yearly global revenue. Not even profit, revenue. So 7% of a major company in Europe or even a US company, if they have a problem, then...
Wait a year or two, then you hear it's like the .com again with all of those data, whatnot. All of the big companies, Meta, Google, they all get a fine in a few years from the EU
already
with the
getting
AI
fines,
Act,
but,
and then they pay some
but
money again, and
I mean,
that's it.
the thing
Fair.
is also, like, sure, the EU AI Act is as such, okay, morally it's a good decision, but competitively, I think it's a death trap. I think what we're doing there, especially
It
Europe,
is,
I think
but
we
it has a
won't be
good side and a
competitive.
bad side. It's at the
Sure.
same time, I also
I
don't
mean,
want
I
to
see
live
the
in
bad
US
good
where all of
side.
my data is being sold for free to anyone. You know, I'm also happy that we have these
Yes,
privacy
100%,
first kind
but,
of rules, but of course, business-wise, it's
100%,
bummer.
but what's going to keep us above the water in 20 years? The morals or...
I would say we will find out in 20
We'll
years.
find out. Yeah, I
But-
don't think AI is going to be 100% of the European economy, or also not of the US
Yeah,
economy.
definitely not. With
But it's
what
gonna
we're
be a
doing,
part
I
of
think
it.
we're definitely not going to be there.
Yeah, but also not the US economy is going to be 100%
Yeah,
AI.
but I personally
But it
think
is a big chunk.
we're not going to be able to compete in the big steps they're doing it.
No.
Yes,
I mean,
and
you see
then
it here.
that means we will not be free of their models and their compute and everything.
Depends if we finally pivot to local AI.
No, I also read something this morning really interesting. EU wants to fund frontier AI labs. They're now actively looking for, I think,
About
10
4
or
years late, but
10 or 20 teams that get together, or basically not get together, but have one job to build another frontier AI lab in Europe. And they are getting 24 months funding, so fully funded. And after those 2 years,
what
then
does fully funded mean? There has to be like a
they have, I think, $125 million in the fund altogether, and
For all
that is no, for all 10, I believe.
I mean, that's
Yeah, I
pocket
mean,
change.
Yeah, but then
the idea is great. The idea is great.
Yeah, I saw
but
it today, so
reality-
let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
Let's
fair.
say they're doing actually
a
something,
good
because
step in
then
the right
after
direction.
those 24 months, they said that the best team or the best two teams, 3 teams, whatnot, they get $1 billion of funding. There's of course Arcturix in there, and you only get $1 billion of funding over 25 years probably, and in that rate and under that condition. But at least they're waking up now and trying to push further.
No,
Fair.
I wouldn't call that waking up.
Yeah, okay,
I
but they
think
have to
that
start
is
somewhere, I
it's
guess.
like
Still sleepy a bit, but
putting something out there. I'm very skeptical.
Yeah,
I had a discussion a week ago about this. I really hope it works out for us, and I will try my best to be a part of it. But
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I also don't know.
I'm not sure if your regulations, like there needs to be regulation, but the way we handle it, and then comparing it to all the other, it's kind of like, you know, you need to win a race, or, you know, don't need to win it, but we kind of need to be staying
under the top 3 at least.
We should stay at yeah. But if everyone, you know, gets in the car and you're the only one running, probably take
hard to win
probably
the
need,
race.
yeah, probably need to take the car as well.
No, about it. I would see.
But let's see.
Yeah, let's monitor the situation. Let's see how the
We'll come back.
AI Act is enforced and how the frontier AI labs in Europe will develop, and then
Yeah.
I'm hopeful.
Yeah. Let's see.
Me too. But I'm also realistic.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm definitely hopeful.
You guys have something for Stack or Skip? I do have one or two things.
Go ahead.
Let's start. Actually, I got 3 interesting ones, I would say. The first one is a quick one. It's Cursor 3.0. Just wanted to mention it because anyone that uses Cursor, they rebuilt the whole thing from the ground up, and now it's basically not based on VS Code anymore. One of the only ones that is not. And yeah.
Claude, rebuild VS Code.
Yeah.
Don't make mistakes. Thank you.
Probably.
But do you guys
Probably.
think that's a good idea, or
It's mixed opinions on it. My personal opinion is it's okay. I don't know. It's what they're doing now is they're fully focusing on agents first. Like they really push the agent window. They really don't really want you to work in the editor anymore, but to do everything through the agent, which of course is also more tokens that gets used by them. But no, I guess I don't know. It depends. If you're like a fully like a developer, then you really I don't think you're interested in it. But if you're more like a vibe coder, then of course it's good. Why not?
Yeah, but I feel like they're spawning right now so many new IDEs that are no IDEs, but basically just a window manager for terminals.
Yeah, fair.
But I don't know what
is
what
quite good.
Superset,
that's a very good
Yeah,
description,
yeah.
yeah.
superset,
thing.
superconductor, whatnot.
Yeah.
But I tried it out, and I don't know. I actually like the feeling, or I like to see my code.
Yeah, no, same. That's
Yeah,
why
the techie vibe.
it's not for,
Yeah,
I get
for everyone, I guess.
I think it's the same with the anti-gravity agent manager.
I think
you
Anthropic
know,
made a
like-
lot of mistakes recently.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
A lot
not
of
sure
stuff
where
doesn't
my
work
tokens
anymore.
go
That is
when
well,
when I do like one click
Yeah.
and it's like, hey man, you exceeded your like.
After like 2 prompts, but at the same time, I have a lot of errors in anti-gravity, also commands that don't run anymore. And
Yeah, true. Same. I thought
It's
that
weird.
was my PC, but
No,
I-
it's
no.
a universal problem. I don't know.
Then they hopefully push an update soon.
I hope. I got yeah, but Composer 2, gotta give props to Cursor. Even though they stole Kimmy K and they
actually
kind of
fun.
stole Opus, but whatever.
Actually,
It's a good
fun.
model.
Yeah.
It's a good model. It's kind of cheap,
It-
kind of compared at least.
I
We
like
talked
it
about
as
it
a-
last week, right, or the week
I
before?
don't know if we mentioned it.
We
but
mentioned it.
Yeah,
I
we
believe,
did, we
Okay,
did.
but still, Composer 2 is still a stack. Like it's
Big
really
stack.
concise.
I
it follows
I like
exactly
it. I
what
like
you
it
want to
as
do.
a day-to-day model
Yeah.
to scour the code base to
Yeah.
find out what we are doing there, how we can plan out that.
Yeah.
But at the end, I still use Sonnet.
Yeah, no, I actually use mainly Composer nowadays. It has a nice mix of reasoning. Like if it's a quick task, it doesn't reason at all. It just goes through done in like a few seconds. It's really quick. But if it's like a deep kind of complicated task, it reasons for like a minute and then does the whole thing. But it doesn't like start doing something. It's like, oh wait, there's another thing, and then everything is broken at the end. So no, I like it. No, try it out.
Fun.
But even more interesting, I didn't hear of it until now. Perplexity Computer, which of course we all heard about, they tapped into taxes now. I don't know if it's only
Yes.
US,
No,
but
I saw as well.
is it-
Accounting
do you know
and
if it's-
taxes.
Yeah, which is
I
interesting.
think
also
only
for a few clients.
being launched in the US first, but
Makes
then
sense.
being rolled out here as well.
Makes
But I think
sense.
that's going to take a little bit more. But I think that is also interesting topic. Also a pivot, not of the century, but major pivot.
They did
I feel
it.
like they just changed the whole UI within one day.
Fully focused on computer.
Yeah, fully focused on agents. So just to get everyone catched up. So Perplexity has their own agent suite, I will call it. right?
Like computer use, you mean?
Yeah, computer use.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
their
a fully
agent.
usable computer, like an agent that can use a computer
They call
like a
it
person would.
computer, but it's basically like agent. Like
It is an agent with a few tools, and one of those
Exactly.
tools is basically computer use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sounds very interesting. Quite expensive though.
To be honest, I just read that at least the taxes part should be included in the pro subscription. I don't know. Like for now, I couldn't even test
But the
computer
pro
use because,
subscription
I don't have the credits.
for a computer, I believe.
Probably.
And that one I
don't
think
know
is
if there's
200.
difference. Yeah, okay, I don't
But I
know.
also saw that they now also have the ability, or you have the option. There we go.
Gotcha.
Option to just load tokens or credits. You can just you just connect your card.
Oh yeah,
and
you
just-
can do whatever you want on it. Yeah, I know, but it's still I don't
That
know.
will
The usage is quite
suck off
high.
your-
And exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
before we go on from that, did you guys hear about what the France government did?
No.
Because they are also right now the tax season in France, I believe, or a
Let's see.
few weeks ago, and the actual government just released cannot remember if it's an MCP or skills to do your taxes.
Oh, nice.
An
Crazy.
official thing from
I
the
mean,
government.
skill
If
then,
I
no?
was the
And
tax
this could
authority,
be-
I think it's a skill,
Crazy.
and a lot of developers
Yeah, I would make use of it.
looked at it and said that their skill is better written than most of the AI companies' skills.
Yeah,
So
I'm
really nice.
I'm pretty sure it was in collaboration with Mistral.
Oh, that could be.
Ah,
That
that
could.
makes
Yeah,
so much
smart,
Because
smart,
they also,
smart.
I think 2 weeks ago, announced a
I
partnership.
love Mistral.
That
Super
Mistral
nice.
is building same as the Maven defense operating system of the U.S. military from Palantir. They're now wanna. Let's not call it a competitor because I think that we're quite far from that, and there we again are at the European problem in my opinion.
But something like that.
But something like that of integrating AI use in defensive, not offensive, but defensive purposes.
Crazy.
But Mistral, super nice little
I never
lab.
work with it.
Not? Oh,
That's fun.
And I know them and so on, and I follow them. But
I use a lot of their OCR, so the object thingies. Their model
Right.
for OCR is really good, really good. But nowadays there are a lot more local OCR models. So, but I just like the company because it's
fair enough.
European, French, nice, small.
Yeah.
They have a nice design guideline. The models are fun. They are more concentrated on actually the good parts about AI rather than scaling to massive things
Yeah.
and focusing more on little models, edge use cases and whatnot. So shout out to Mistral.
But at the
Super
same time, it
company.
gets easier to train your own models locally, week by week. It's that makes it also interesting for just different like normal users. It's also actually in my stacks. Hold up, Megatrain. I actually haven't had a look at it. It got released yesterday, but it's basically a framework that you can use locally on your whatever. And you need one GPU. That's the interesting part. Like it makes it possible to actually train like models on it that have more than 100 billion parameters on one GPU, which then like they export the memory usage and whatever. But it works, and I wanna have a look at it. So I don't say too much because I don't know too much now. But it's one of those like massive barriers that local kind of like smaller players still had. Like obviously you don't have a data center to build a model or train one, but now you, in theory, can quite cheap compared. You can take a lot of those gamma models, open source models.
Is it?
train them.
That was just my question. Is it focused on fine tuning, or can you actually
I suppose
train the whole?
it's fine tuning, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Next time.
would make sense if it is. Otherwise, I
Otherwise
think on
it's
the
not possible, I
3070 you
think.
cannot. Or it takes
I also think with one
8
GPU,
years.
they probably mean like a 5090 or something that has a bit more VRAM than.
I
But it is fun.
actually watched a YouTube video yesterday again about the RTX 6000.
Yeah,
That shit
it's
with
nice.
96 gigabytes of VRAM.
maybe catch everyone up what that is. Those weird numbers you just cryptic
Quite a
letters.
nice graphics card. It's
Yes.
like
Yeah,
one of
it
the,
is.
I would say the highest end.
It is the
currently for
highest
consumer market,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
But it also costs 10K right now.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I mean, you're sitting on a gold mine with 100 gigabytes VRAM nearly.
that's crazy.
That is
But
quite
I don't want to say anything. But my framework desktop
Yeah, no,
also
was a
has
good- was a good,
105 gigabytes
good
of VRAM.
Was a good
Okay,
deal.
dedicated to the iGPU. That is something else. But
That is too deep.
on
now, I
paper,
think.
I have more than the RTX 6K. But yeah,
Let's
Mention that real quick.
take the steering wheel.
let's circle
take-
it back to
yes.
the normal topics again.
One thing
Pardon.
off top of my mind, what
Go ahead.
you should also not skip is GitHub is currently asking all its users
Oh, yeah.
to opt out of the training.
They're not asking you to, but
They're giving you a little
they're
hint.
giving a little hint, yeah.
A
But
little banner.
if you're using GitHub and you have your code in there, make sure to opt out. Otherwise, all the models will
It's in
be
a
trained.
few days, no?
Yeah, I think it's
be
beginning.
quick-
I think
be quick about it.
25th of April,
Yeah.
top of my mind. But you should opt out if you like your code and you don't want anyone to
I mean, if it's
train.
public code, then it's definitely
It's already in
used
there.
for training anyways. But
True. Yeah.
yeah, private codes. Yeah, very true. Yeah, but those were my biggest stacks and skips, and actually my biggest topics. You guys have anything else for this week, or
I have I have a little tool for stack or skip, but
Go ahead.
it's freaking niche. I think it's from a company called butter.dev, butter.something. Super small, but super fun project. They're building basically containers or not containers. What is Cloudflare doing?
Cloudflare.
Sandboxes, thank you, sandboxes. And they're basically building or focusing on building local sandboxes that spin up in under under
so
500
AIs can use it
milliseconds.
as, like,
Exactly.
tools.
So you can basically just create a bunch of sandboxes and execute code from the internet or whatever inside of those little sandboxes, and then
Yeah.
destroy them again and only take the actual data that you
I mean,
need.
that's what Cursor,
Like-
etc. does.
Exactly, but the fun part is I haven't heard of one that is
same.
local,
Yeah, same.
because normally you always have to send it
It's
to an
cloud
API.
sandboxes, yeah.
Exactly, and not locally on your thing. And I didn't know or didn't want to spin up a Docker container because it always takes so long. And they build everything in Rust, if I'm not correct.
nice.
So it's super nice and fast, lightweight, and it's definitely
Cool.
it's definitely something for our
Have a look.
Odin. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I think this is a perfect stop to, or point, not stop, but to stop the episode for this week. Or do we have anything else we
No,
We need to bring-
what's my biggest topics?
I just have one thing.
let's
I
go.
know.
One more. Mintlify.
Oh yeah, you told me.
45 million Series B fundraising. Mintlify is basically the underlying knowledge management thingy. Basically,
They do documentations.
exactly your favorite
Automatically learning,
company
etc.
company has their document or their documentation
Yeah.
on Mintlify.
Yeah.
And now they found out, or I guess they already looked at it a while, but now the threshold crossed, so now it's 50-50 on what basically reads those documentation. It's 50% AI agents and only 50% humans now.
I can imagine.
It's
So
still a lot.
yeah, well, a lot. I feel like 50% of pure agent traffic is already
Sure.
good.
But yeah.
But the fun part is they're now taking that money to focus on more the knowledge base, because it cannot be that we're actually just sending MD files with skills and
Yeah.
whatnot around
True.
to different agents for different use cases,
No,
but
never
rather
understood it.
something unified that basically the agent can tap into the runtime to get their information,
be
to get the
I always
context.
see my agents trying to fetch this API, or didn't work. Trying to fetch
Yeah.
this
Exactly.
URL, or didn't
So
work.
many tokens being
Exactly.
just
Wasted
downloaded, yeah.
so much.
And I'm super excited for the future about how knowledge is actually getting stored, distributed, and used in AI agents.
I don't think it's going to be the way that it's going to be a trillion parameters model that
No,
knows
no, no.
everything. I
They-
think it's
they-
actually going to be specialized models, like a team of agents, and then
Yeah.
companies like Mintlify that kind of manage the knowledge
Yeah.
around it.
Yeah, then the
Smart
markdown
move.
files are basically infrastructure nowadays.
Yeah, that's definitely more efficient ways than Markdowns.
Yeah. So super excited about that announcement. I'm definitely gonna
Yeah, it's cool.
look more into that.
Great.
Now I'm done.
All right, then.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Cool. Then.
Thank you
ahead.
very much for listening. Make sure to subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, on Spotify, on YouTube, everywhere where
always.
you can find us. Check us out. If you haven't grabbed your tickets for our AI hackathon here in Haarlem,
ahead.
June 6th, it's open for registration. Make sure to get your tickets and see you there. Until next week, keep building.
building.
Peace.